Hello and welcome to my Commodore 64 Technical Peek Videos series. I was contemplating my old multiplexer, which I've used in a few different projects, notably probably the CX Redux project, and I've been thinking, how can I expand this so that other people can use it from BASIC? So let's get into this topic because it throws up some interesting technical challenges. So yes, if you like these kind of technical deep dive videos, then please do consider liking or subscribing to this channel or sending me a super thanks. They are all always very much appreciated. The multiplexer, as used in a few different games, just supports either all high-res or all multicolor sprites. So the first thing that I had to do was I wanted to improve the multiplexer so that it would support a mixture of high-res and multicolored sprites on a sprite-by-sprite basis. So here's that change working quite well. You can see that there's some high-res sprites and some multicolored sprites there. But I also wanted to include things like the priority register, X and Y hardware expansion of the sprites. So I added some extra code to support those bit fields, and we can see what that looks like when the animated sprites come up on the screen. We can see clearly that some of the sprites are expanded either horizontally or vertically or both, and it also includes hardware support for the multicolor bit field and also for the priority bit field. So those light blue squares are characters, and you can see sometimes some of the sprites are in front or behind the characters on the screen. You can see the raster bar timing there as well with the color bars. So this multiplexer code is really quite flexible, and the best way of using the multiplexer code, which you can get from my GitHub, is to include it in a larger assembly project, but that kind of limits it to only being used from people who can assemble the code themselves. So I thought I'd create a basic interface to this. Now the basic code is relatively simple. You basically, that's a joke, you basically call into the multiplexer with sys, and also you use poke statements to poke X and Y sprite coordinates, the color, the sprite definition, and whether or not you want multicolor bits to be enabled or the hardware or vertical expansion or the priority. So this basic code will use this multiplexer that you can see here with all of the options basically turned on. And when all of the options are turned on, it uses more raster time than when the options are disabled, you see. So this is, it's a trade-off. You can either use the assembly code and optimize the multiplexer for your own purposes, or you can just use the multiplexer which has been pre-assembled and it's included as a binary in the disk image that you see here. So I'm running the disk image so you can actually see what it looks like when it's running from that basic code there. And the pre-assembled version of the multiplexer has all of its options turned on for multicolor priority expansion in the X and Y, plus also the color and the sprite definitions and everything. It loads a couple of files. It loads some sprites, and it then uses those data statements to then poke the sprite positions into the multiplexer, and then the basic, this is basic. So this is basic calling the sprite update routines to move the sprites around. There's a little sprite logo here in the bottom of the screen as well. The Panther logo was actually from my old Panther products stuff when I was, like 15 or 16 years old back in the Commodore 64 days. And here we go. I'm going to expand the sprites. And this is all controlled under BASIC still. So BASIC is doing all of the movement, well, controlling the movement of the sprites. There's a few little utility functions which moves the sprites around the screen quicker than what the basic code can actually do. But yes, this is the code, the basic code that's listing in the background there. So you can see how quick and easy it is for the basic code to update the sprite multiplexer. You can see me typing in print hello world there in the background. You can see that the cursor is still flashing away. So the multiplexer will run quite happily over the top of any kind of like basic program. The multiplexer uses some of the space underneath the basic ROM, and it also uses most of the space in the C000 to CFFF in hex memory range. That's 49152 all the way up to 53247. So here we go, I'm poking into 49172, which should be the sprite X coordinate, the low byte, and then poking into 49155,1 to tell it to update one sprite, which should be the first sprite there. And there we go, the first sprite is now moved into the horizontal X position of 20, as opposed to whatever it was when the basic demo was moving around the alien spaceship. So there we go, that's a very quick and simple demo of the sprite routine. I'm going to show you my GitHub link so you can see where to download it from. The source code is all available. The disk image is all available. Actually, I make most of my Commodore 64 projects source code available, so you can see what I've been working on over time. Here is the basic demo D64 file. Just find, where's the download option. There we go, there's the download option for the raw file content. Just download the D64 and load up the basic and then see it working. And there we go, let's just double check that it all still works. Loading 0, loading 1, let's warp ahead. There we are. So thank you very much for watching my crazy Commodore 64 technical and games memories videos. If you like this kind of content, then please do consider liking or subscribing to this channel. And I hope to catch you around next time. Have a great day, evening or night, wherever you are.